we're gonna not only base this on today's presentation, but we're gonna base it over the last 5 weeks. So we can't just keep looking at the project. We also have to look at where we're going forward. So help me understand, because we really can't say what went wrong. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about why you didn't spend as much time on your actual product as you did on your presentation. And I think I heard you guys say you spent a lot of time on your presentation. So the presentation, if you looked at the scale, said 100 points, and the product was 250.
I think as far as the app goes and how we design it, 'cause I put a lot of heart into the actual look and design of it, and where I believe we probably dropped the ball, I dropped the ball, in essence, was that versatility of like maybe putting it in people's hands and letting them see it and touch it, because there's a lot that goes into it that we liked. What I guess the team we agreed on was that putting the resource and say, hey, you can, like just like we did with the Riverhawks kind of, you can call these people and get it designed. We talked to the people like Epic, and we talked to designers in Chicago and how much it would cost, and we were hoping maybe almost that connection would count as our resource as and in regards to building our app and making it a sales pitch.
You were very vague in what the usage, in certain parts, but we had a good foundation because we got to see firsthand what this app looked like and did, and then it's like we went into a storyline. We may not have felt as good about presentation had Team 1 not presented first, because they gave us the business side and actually let us experience what it does, and then you were like the commercial that showed how it worked. Does that make sense? But I'm not sure alone you guys would have pulled it off as easily, because we had in our heads already what you were walking around with something, but we never really saw it. It was a prop. Okay, so all of you have said somebody else is the weakest link. So who is responsible for this group's overall weakness?
Well, the development came down to Dominic. So if we're going solely based on the development of the app, it would have to be Dominic's responsibility.
Dominic, I don't mean to keep picking on you here, but did you feel the need to babysit Evan through the process?
Not at all.
All right, because there seems to be a little bit of controlling process that comes with you.
Always.
And how was it this time?
I think it was great. I mean, I went into this week being on Evan's team, knowing the preconceived notions of how you guys feel about our tension here, that Evan has to be a star this week, and I have to be his asset, and be seeing as he's my authority and project manager.
So was he the star?
Dominic took the reins. Sometimes he was alone, sometimes he was with the group. Sometimes we would say, Dominic, hey, do you want to go talk with this person or so? Sometimes he just did it. He definitely has a strong personality, and that showed.
And Dominic, you could be perceived as, like I said, Dominic. And sometimes that really works for you, but you got to make sure everybody feels included. So if you lost, who takes responsibility?
Well, I guess you're saying that we lost because our app was not developed enough, and that would have to be Dominic.
Okay. Mike, what about you?
If it was lack of development, it was Dominic.
Do you believe this, Dominic? Dominic?
Dominic. I don't.
Why?
I don't believe it because while the design was my idea and the flow, I'm really good with Photoshop and making things look good. The nuts and bolts pieces behind it are what go into it. We all drove as a team to Lexington Hotel, and we were finding other resources and stuff.
When was the app done?
The app was done last night.
And actually, you told me we're focusing on presentation. Presentation was great, but that wasn't where all the points were. And I couldn't tell you that last night because that wasn't my job. Your job's to read it and understand exactly where those points come from. But your focus was presentation. And strategy means you need to read the materials and make sure you understand how are we going to score above everyone else. So I get you went with the idea. Whose idea was it to stick with presentation?
His idea to do kind of a skit idea.
Was my idea.
We all loved it.
Is the skit what you mean as the presentation?
Sure.
So okay, then
Well, the presentation was good. I'm just asking whose idea was it to focus more on presentation versus the product?
I guess that was my responsibility.
Right. Okay, so Evan, 2 people. You have 3 left. 2 people.
Dominic and Ashley.
Dominic and Ashley. Mike? So step outside, you'll be coming in shortly.
Sounds good.
It was underdeveloped in the sense that it wasn't a functioning app.
So how was Evan's leadership? We had to make a decision.
Evan was technically the team leader, but it was Dominic's team. We were all taking orders from not orders, but we were responding to Dominic. Even from my resources, from an outside perspective, oh, Dom must be the team leader this week. No, actually not. It's Evan, and everyone, they were surprised by that. I think I have a unique aspect that no one else in this competition can bring. I'm going into my senior year of nursing school. Like, I will be a healthcare professional this time next year. And I want to bring that aspect into the YMCA, which is a core value of health and wellness. And outside of this business marketing aspect, which isn't my forte, but I'm trying and I'm learning, I want to add a different service to the Y that utilizes what I am, which is holistic care and catering to the community and being an advocate for community health with, whether that's leading up clinics or seminars or doing healthcare screenings or teaching, even, sex ed for high school students in underprivileged communities that may not understand risks like that. You don't just reach your patients in the hospital room. Like, you're seeing who's coming in from the community, and if you can reach the community first, then you're like decreasing that patient population that's there in the first place.
Sure, and I'm in this competition to grow and learn, and I think we all are in here for that. But I'm here to develop my skills, and I'm learning a lot. I am making a lot of connections, and I think the Y would be a good opportunity for me to start my career. I'm very interested in business, and I know that all businesses, even not-for-profit organizations, need some business sense.
I believe I deserve to stay because I did what was asked of me. I learn every single week, and I accomplished the tasks that were put before us, and our presentation was good. And I don't take full responsibility for any of that, and I enjoyed my team this week, and I believe that I have done good work and will continue to do good work, and that is why I deserve to stay.
Who's lost as a project leader?
I have.
Is this your first time? Dominic?
I was last week, and my team won.
I won with weekend, Rockford Improvement Challenge.
So who's been on the most losing teams in these challenges?
I have.
And I have.
You have as well?
Well,
You've
no,
won.
two out of
You've won
half and
twice.
half.
I've won once.
Why do you think that is?
I couldn't tell you.
We've got to get down to why teams are losing. And I get held accountable all the time, sometimes even when it's not a feeling that it's my fault. So I think the tables have turned because I think that project leaders are responsible for the outcome. So with that said, Evan, you're fired. Now, I'd like you to bring Mike back in. Mike, you lost last week, right?
Right.
You need to redeem yourself. I had in my notes that you were going to go this week.